sky, and the trees are like demons. You offer me light and give me my reason to stay high. Let my body decide, 'cause you're my desire, as ugly as I, but I'll never be like you. No, I'll never be like you. Never becoming you. Ooh, but I'm just like you. There is a light under my skin. I'm running on crack. So tell me you miss it. I'll chase all that pavements. I never found home. Without you, I'm saying I can't do this alone. I'll never be like you. Never be like you. Oh, never becoming you. No, no, never become you. Oh, I'll never be like you. I'll never be like you. Never become you. Never be like you. But I'm just like you. Birds in the sky, and the trees are like demons. You offered me light and give me my reason to stay high. Let my body decide, 'cause you're my desire, as ugly as I.
Hello, guys. Hello, loves. How are you? Just trying to check my volume and make sure everything's good. And it's on AirPod. There we go. Now my mic's on. How are you guys? Let's see, what is today? Happy Thursday. Let's see who's here. Hello, stranger. Tamara and Victoria. Hello, loves. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Ava was fighting her sleep so bad today. So, oh, hey, Care Bear. How are you? How's everybody's Thursday going? I don't know why, but my nose is like running like crazy now. I swear, anytime I go live. So today we are going to talk about Amy Carlson with the Love Has Won cult. And I want to dig into a little bit about the psychology behind cults and how people end up in cults. I'm thinking that we may do a series and talk about different cults.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
I'm not talking to you, Siri. Gosh, she's so nosy. She's always listening. But I'm thinking we may end up turning this into a series and just kind of dig into, I don't know, different cults out there. I'm doing a little bit of my research. Good God, there's been so many cults. So this one is kind of weird. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna pull up. Da, 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 da. So one of the biggest things that you hear about when it comes to cults is people want to know how and why people end up falling for it. And the psychology behind, I think it's really the same kind of psychology that's behind religion. People are always looking for a place to belong, a community, somebody to love them, a purpose. And sometimes religion in itself is not enough. And a lot of people, they find these, because most of these cults are religious, but they find these religious cults or communities, and it gives them that sense of purpose that a church, like a normal church or a normal, fellowship would not give them. A lot of these cults, they almost have that kind of narcissistic, oh my gosh, what's the word for it? That narcissistic personality type, the leaders, where they're very good at the manipulation and making you think that you're the one that's doing all these wrong when it's actually the cult that's doing all the wrong. And so by the time people usually even realize that they're in a cult, it's too late. And it's almost like the type of abusive situation where they don't know how to get out of it once they're in it. Yeah, exactly, Victoria. People without a spiritual identity. So this is just some of the stuff I wanted to kind of share with you guys. There's been a lot of studies on the psychology behind cults, and it basically talks about how people who study cults suggest that the human need for comfort prompts people to seek out others or things to soothe their fears or anxieties. Research suggests that those elements and others have led hundreds of thousands of people to commit to thousands of cults operating around the world. They provide meaning, purpose, and belonging. And then as for the leaders themselves, they typically present themselves as infallible, confident, and grandiose. Their charisma draws people in, and followers who are craving peace, belonging, and security gain that sense of confidence and belonging through this. Especially, how many times have we seen it where somebody leaves a cult that was like the cult leader's right hand person, or they were one of their wives or one of their partners, and so they really got that attention, and it feeds that, oh, I'm lonely. But on the other hand, it's completely breaking them down emotionally, sometimes physically, spiritually, depending on the exact type of cult and the behaviors behind it. a lot of cults become abusive, and it's just like when you're in a kind of domestic violence situation. Is it doesn't always happen at first. You get the love bombing, which for cults would be this is your home, you're welcome here, and you're surrounded by all these people, and you instantly feel like, okay, I finally have a family, I have a place to belong, I'm loved, or, oh, this person is really interested in me, they think I'm smart, they think I'm beautiful, they think I have so much to offer. And then as time goes on, they start slowly alienating you away from anybody else. I would say almost 95% of cults, 99% of cults, if not all of them, alienate the cult members from their family, friends, and that's why a lot of them end up in their own like secret communes or compounds, so they can keep what goes on secret and just between the people that belong in that cult. Because, I mean, let's face it, if we're walking down the street and we had access to, a cult compound, like we have access to a First Baptist church or, a synagogue or whatever, and you can just walk in off the street and watch what's going on, these cults wouldn't get away with much as they do. So they know exactly what they're doing when they pick up and they create these communities. Oh, it's okay, Care Bear. Exactly, Tamara. It's very typical abuser traits, but at like the high scale level. And then I feel like, excuse me, guys, it gets worse and worse as cults go on. That's usually where the leaders, it's almost like they don't get enough. And so this is where, with like the Jeff Warren, it wasn't just enough for him to have total control of everybody. And it wasn't just enough for him to put all these new rules in place. It wasn't just enough to have 18 wives or however many wives he had. And that wasn't enough. Then it became, I want to be able to tell whose wife is kicked out or whose husband is kicked out. And, he's taken wives from this person because he's coming up with some bullshit reason. But nobody's going to go against that reason because he is the know-it-all, be-it-all prophet. And then he starts marrying 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, and it's like the more and more they get away with, the further and further they go. So I just kind of wanted to dig in a little bit with that, which it talks about like how they usually end up recruiting, and it talks about like the indoctrination process is usually a key to whether a cult is successful or not, which is true because, if somebody's doesn't get your attention and you don't get that sense of love and community and attention, which these cult leaders are masters at knowing exactly what to do, what to say, and all their little, members around them. There's usually like a direct team or direct individuals that are part of the process of drawing people in because they don't want mistakes made, like a regular member could make. And they have to be so precise with their manipulation to pull you in. And it talks about basically when they did this researching and stuff, that most cults, although they're different, they pretty much all use the same playbook with their psychological manipulation and principles to pull people in. And it talks about the cognitive oh my God, I cannot say that word. Cognitive dissonance. Oh my God, I know I said that wrong. Holy shit. Oh my God, I sounded like Mallory. Oh my God, what is wrong with me tonight? Oh, why can I not say that word? Maybe I am saying it right. It's going to make me paranoid now. I feel like, hang on, y'all. I have to make sure I'm saying this word right. It's going to bother the shit out of me. Dissonance? Dissonance. Okay. Sorry, y'all. That was bothering me. I wanted to make sure I said it right. I'm like, what is wrong with me? So the cognitive dissonance is a theory that was introduced in the late 1950s. And really, there weren't a lot of cults until the early 1900s. And then as time kind of went on, it just got more and more and more. And it really picked up in like the 70s and 80s. You have like the Manson, you have the People's Temple, which you guys let me know if you want to dig into all the cults. We can. I'm down because I love the psychological. It's just like it enthralls me to hear how these people just go through all this stuff and they stay. Yeah, exactly. The Jim Jones, that's the People's Temple, which I think everybody just says Jim Jones now, but exactly, like, and there's been so many massacres. Yes, Nixon, that's oh my, that one was bad. And that's the other thing is, and people wonder too, it's like they think that people that fall for cults are like, people that are just, they don't have a family or they don't have friends or they don't have this, and that is not true. Like Nixon, for example, you had movie stars. What was her name? She's from Smallville, Allison. Oh, I cannot think of her last name. But she was from Smallville, and she ended up in the cult. You have so many different people that it's not even about the type of person they bring in. It's the psychological manipulation that they're able to get away with and use to deceive these people. It just so blows my mind. And I would like to say that, oh, I would never. But then it's like when you look at all these people, it almost makes you scared to be like, oh, I would never. Because, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure some of those people at one point were like, oh, I would never fall for anything like that. And they end up. So it talks about the cognitive dissonance, where people are confronted with facts that contradict their beliefs, values, and ideas. They feel a psychological discomfort, likely followed by the need to resolve that contradiction and reduce their uneasiness. In a cult setting, the cognitive dissonance often keeps you trapped, as each compromise makes it more painful to admit you've been deceived. They use both formal and informal systems of influence and control to keep members obedient, with little tolerance for internal disagreement or external scrutiny. The obedience factor, sorry guys, is another key element, and it plays off the human's natural inclination to follow orders and do what others around them are doing. Most people don't like to go against the grain. Most people end up in that sheep herd mentality because, who wants all eyes to be on them? Who wants the light to be on them? Who wants to be called out as doing, being the bad one? And in cults, critical thinking is also frowned upon, where the deeper and the more you hold on to the faith or whatever rules are being shoved down your throat, the more and more and more you follow it, the more and more you're rewarded. And the moment you try to use your own brain or thoughts is the moment you are shamed, exiled, just so much. And so you have that where you already don't want to speak out because there's, all these other people, well, they're doing it too, and they're fine doing it. And then you really don't want to speak out because you don't want to be punished. And so they use, your guilt, shame, and fear. And slowly, just like in domestic abuse situations, eventually you don't even know who you are anymore. Your identity becomes the cult. You're not an individual without that cult anymore. And so free thinking, free will, free speech, it's all gone. And now you're expected to have full obedience. And it talks about how a lot of cult leaders in turn are narcissistic and authoritarian. And they're motivated by, what is it? Money, sex, and power. Or, one of those or all of those, for the most part of, and a lot of the cults that I know of just personally, I know that it's usually all three. And it talks about how a lot of religions actually began as cults. But as they grow and grow, they integrate into the fabric of larger societies, and they kind of turn into, more of like regular religions. It's kind of weird, which I want to dive back into that too. I want to go down the little rabbit hole for that and just kind of see what religions have cult ties. I think that would be really interesting. That's why I said yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, like there's just so much to cults that I couldn't go live yesterday because I just did not have enough time to research just this one that I wanted to, which this one is crazy. But it talks about how sometimes recruitment, let me check real quick. Oh, hey, Gray Pill, how are you? Nice to have you tonight. Hey, Juliet, how are you guys? Thanks for coming in. And so recruitment takes sometimes months, and it resembles often a pyramid scheme. And this is what I think is really interesting, because a lot of times too, these certain religions are behind running pyramid schemes also. LuLaRoe, Agnes and Dora, which I actually was in Agnes and Dora. I kind of knew what was going on, but I genuinely liked the clothes. So when I dived into it, I didn't put it on any credit. I paid cash for my enrollment. That way there was no debt or anything like that. And I only put into my business what I made, which Agnes and Dora, they ended up going belly up anyways. And then they like turned into another weird pyramid schemey business. But like, I didn't do it for money, but I just really liked the clothes, and it was ended up being so messy and just so yeah, that's another one we're gonna have to dive down to, is MLMs and pyramid schemes, because they're pretty much the same damn thing to me. And so it talks about how cults are protected under religious freedom laws, and so it makes them very difficult to prosecute them unless certain laws are broken. But then again, think about how long it took them to go after the oh my goodness, the Jeff Warren FLDS. Look how long it took them to be able to do something about that. And so many people have been speaking out already about the abuse going on, and the abuse of children, sexual abuse, and marrying minors. It's just horrible things, but it still took them so long. And then you have like Waco, how that happened, which I cannot wait to talk about Waco, because I think there was a big failure on our own government with that. But it's just so interesting to me to like dive into just how people can fall for these things. Yeah, they were still following. Oh, okay, Victoria, you were in Monet. I heard that Monet has caused people's hair to fall out and all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, I think they still follow him from jail. Some people. There's like the regular FLDS like folks, and then there's people that are still following like the Jeff Warren mentality and still look at him as their prophet. So I know there's like so much out there about the FLDS, but I still think it'd be really cool to dive in. So this next one we're going to talk about had me like, holy shit. So, oh my goodness, quit ads, quit playing in the background. Okay, so Amy Carlson was born on November 30th in 1975 outside of Wichita, Kansas. And there's not a whole lot out there about Amy Carlson's like background before she became Mother God, and I say that with quotations. But it really just talks about, from what I could find, is she had been married twice. She had 3 children, and she was just divorced and kind of looking around, trying to find herself, and I guess kind of got into the websites and stuck into kind of the chat rooms of the internet in the early mid 2000s. And back then is when chat rooms were really fun. And she kind of just got started on her own little path to enlightenment. And she started going to a website called lightworker.org, and it was focused on New Age spiritual thought. And there she met a man called Amerith White Eagle, and he became the first Father God, and he was the first one to call her Mother God. And so the first evidence that anybody ever had of Carlson was a post that she made on September 1st, 2007 on the lightworker.org forum, where she claimed to have supernatural experiences. And she wrote that while she was doing housework, a disembodied voice told her she would become the President of the United States. In December of that year, she left her children and her. Okay, so this one says third husband. See, some things I read said she had 2 husbands, some said three husbands. So I don't know if she had 2 or 3 husbands exactly. But I know she had 3 children. And so in December of 2007, she left her children, like literally abandoned her children. And her husband, from what I read, she had already been going through a divorce. And that's why I said it was kind of hard to find things because a lot of stuff was kind of mixed information about her. But the very first place that she moved to was Crestone, Colorado, and she moved there with a Meredith White Eagle. And she had announced this on the forum post and everything. And so there's not a lot of info about what went on during like the next couple years before they really started making their debut into social media, which Love Has Won is what they actually called their cult or whatever you want to call it. They started off making YouTube videos. And this is how they became so widespread, and a lot of people actually found them. And so January 14th of 2009, they made their very first YouTube video. One second, guys. And this is their YouTube was literally the main way how they got their information out. And I tried to find some of her video, but it was really, really hard to. They shut the site down after everything happened. And now there's only a YouTube channel up for members that left Love Has Won. So they, Carlson and White Eagle, or Mother God and Father God, they began posting daily. And they would post their video content under the name of the Galactic Free Press. And they were very much kind of I wonder if it's like I'm still trying to find if I can pull up any other old videos or posts or anything. It's like they erased everything. I'm still trying to find anything. It's kind of weird how they just like erased everything just erased. And this isn't something that like happened years and years ago. Like this is a very recent cult that is still technically ongoing. Yeah, I had actually never heard of this one either, because I started researching like smaller cults. And this is one of the ones that popped up. And so there's a couple of them. Yeah, see, I can't find any. Oh, I keep thinking maybe I'll get lucky if I keep looking. I don't know. Maybe one day, like, the more I research into these cults, I'll come along something. Who knows? So Carlson started calling her group of followers the Galactic Federation of Light. And in 2013 is when Amy began to appear on camera in her YouTube videos. And shortly after that, in 2014, her relationship with the first father god, Amerith White Eagle, ended. And so this is kind of where she started going downhill. And people talk about how videos of her from then to right before she passed away was just very different, which, as we know, most cult leaders, it goes to their head. They start doing, more and more and more. And that's the same exact thing that happened with her. And really, they started getting more traction too at that time. She ended up meeting another man who became the first ever member of Love Has Won. And his name was Miguel Lamboy, and he became the second father god. So now she started filming videos, and Miguel was the one that would help film them. So between 2014 to 2018, a lot of her followers began to grow in person and online. And the main way that they recruited was through their YouTube videos and their live streams, which is kind of crazy to think that could be a way to it's just crazy to me that think somebody could be using live streams and YouTube to recruit for their cult. It's just, oh, it's so crazy. One second, guys. Trying to make sure I show you guys certain stuff at the right time so the timeline doesn't get too confusing. Okay, so a lot of the things that Amy Carlson talked about was, let me read these off. It's kind of crazy. So, Amy Carlson I don't know, Victoria. I don't know. They're not as big as they were. I think they're kind of hiding out, which you'll understand why. So Amy believed, and inherently her group believed, that she was 19 billion years old, and she had birthed all of creation. It didn't matter her age at all. She is also a child of Donald Trump. And she exists at a higher conscious level than the normal or average human. And their belief was that she would lead a group of exactly 144,000 people into the fifth dimension in a ascendant journey. And I guess where they got this figure from is from Abrahamic religions, and I guess it's a very significant number. And then from Christianity, the number represents the total number of representatives from the 12 tribes of Israel who worship God during the events depicted in the book of Revelation. Hi, sweetie. I know, right? Like, when you hear, like, I'm sorry, if somebody came to me and they were like, 19 billion, possibly, I wouldn't doubt it if that was Lori Vallow's crap too, because I feel like all these people have some, a lot of things in common when it comes to their beliefs with the cult stuff. She also claimed to have been reincarnated 534 times. She lived as Jesus Christ and remembered hanging on the cross. She lived as Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, Marilyn Monroe, and many, many, many others. Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to show you guys a video. Let me pop it out here. Hang on. Slow down. And I am sharing this under fair use commentary. So this is on the channel. It's called Rising Above Love Has Won. So these are apparently old members. It's, yeah, kind of crazy. So the lady with the green like headband,
as a front runner
that's
of the new
Amy.
paradigm, do you choose to be loved every moment? Do you choose to serve love every moment? Do you choose to be love in action every moment? Are you making the dedication and commitment to walk in and serve in whole truth and only with pure love?
They're coming at me with every fucking slander, whatever it was.
And so now you see huge difference. She's so loving and kind, and she started making a lot of waves because, oh shoot, my laptop's about to die. Hang on, guys. I thought I plugged it in. There we go. Sorry, guys. She started making a lot of waves because she started getting very mean and vile and kind of outrageous online.
I don't know if what? Yeah, come at me. Give it to me. Let's do it. I don't care. I know. I'm not fucking Joe. Annie, Pollyanna. I came at them straight up. They're like, "Are you Pollyanna?" And I'm like, "Yep, I am."
Within this decree and truth,
And look how much
only love
in 4 years' time. Look how much she aged. Literally, this is 2016. That other was 2020. She looks healthy here, radiant. It's
beings in
crazy.
harmony and balance can be here on planet Earth, equal heart, as decreed.
My vision was chicken parmesan. So the fucking atoms turn around on me and get me meatballs. I didn't say meatballs. I love meatballs. But I didn't fucking say that. Chicken parmesan.
One of the biggest things that started happening is once they started having these members in their home, they basically treated them like servants, slaves, would verbally abuse them, and started physically abusing them. She became not a nice person.
These decrees have always been ever present.
Yes,
meaning they've
she
always
used
been
drugs for
now. It's up to all of us to put this
health
into our
reasons.
experience. Creation in motion. For this is absolutely the exact right moment of our complete freedom, if we choose. And that moment is now. Consciousness on the planet is being dissolved, which includes all of the attachments to illusion. As the unconsciousness transforms, you begin remembering that you are one with all which is, and that is. And this includes everything. This is universal love.
You fucking blame Mother Earth? For what? How fucking dare you? Mother Earth, that's the reason. Your host? Your mother? That's wrong. Fucking wrong.
Probably just felt that. Pick up.
Hey.
Oh, good God.
You got it. That's okay. You showed it. That's your passion. Living life. It's God's passion. God just had an energy release because, everyone's put shit back on. Because when the truth comes in,
Some say love.
And they talked about how she had a really nice voice and loved singing.
Some say love, it is a razor that leads your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger and endless making. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed.
I'm gonna take another tequila shot. I'll fucking do that shit. Bitch! Where's my tequila shot? It's called evolution. Bitch. Evolution! Bitches!
Yeah. So that was Amy Carlson. Kinda creepy. Okay, was that justice? I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, she, I mean, in 4 years' time, like, can you just imagine? Like, I can't even, like, oh my God. So, part of her religion was that she only medicated through natural means. So, alcohol, marijuana, and colloidal silver, along with various other supplements, vitamins, things like that. But she took a lot of colloidal silver. She her videos went from literally being love and light and to her tearing people apart, cussing, drunk, belligerent. It's crazy. So sorry guys, trying to. Okay, so in 2018, they started live streaming their group members, and what they call this is their first contact ground crew. And so Amy became less and less in videos, which now we understand why, because she was fucking spiraling. And in August of 2018, Jason Castillo first appeared in a Love Has Won video. And dun 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 dun, he soon became the next Father God. She sure likes to go really quick from one to another. In that same month that he became Father God, Love Has Won announced that Carlson was attacked by dark witches. And a member of theirs, Archia Faith, announced that there was another assassination attempt made by the Cabal. And which it's so weird. I guess, yeah, Cabal. It just looks so weird. So a cabal is considered to be a secret political group or faction, because she spoke out so much against like normal ideations that you know, the paranoia. I think every cult has to have someone, quote unquote, after them. But for them, it was a cabal. It's like they couldn't even name somebody. It was some secret political faction of dark witches that were after them, and they were attempting to assassinate Carlson. And yeah, exactly, Victoria. And so into the next year, they still continued to talk about how the cabal was trying to kill Carlson. It's crazy. Trying to pull up this other video. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness, go away, ads, go away. I cannot find this video. I don't know why it's so hard to find videos that they did. I can find videos of people talking about it. Yeah, it's just all this crap. I don't know. It's weird. So, during this time, they also became a nonprofit 501c3 and an LLC. And this is when they first launched their businesses. And this is when they started to push like wellness stuff and what else? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of what else they were selling. But yeah, wellness, supplements, health advice. Basically, it was like, come to me and I'll heal you, fix you type thing. And of course, they started banking on that. And they started banking on the people that lived there. So I find this hilarious. In 2020, September of 2020, they moved to Hawaii. And they weren't even there for 3 months when the locals literally protested them so much and so hard, they ended up moving back to Colorado. And in Colorado, they lived kind of like commune style. They had 2 properties, like a ranch style in Salida, Colorado, and a 2-bedroom mobile home, which is where Lamboy stayed in. And about 12 to 15 of them stayed together on these 2 properties. They also sometimes would go to California, Florida, and then, of course, Hawaii, which they got kicked back out of Hawaii. But they don't really know exactly how many followers or cult members they even had, because they were live streaming daily, and they had followers everywhere. And they would stream for 3 to 4 hours every single day and rant about philosophical, apocalyptical, like, of course, it's dangerous to us, health advice, but for them it was, do this and you'll be safe, and do this and you'll be able to breathe again, you'll be able to walk again. They talked about conspiracy theories, and of course, the threats that she received from the cabal, and they gave the cabal threats. So they would threaten billionaires, millionaires, politicians, business leaders. They had no problems calling people out. So this is when her family, the bigger they got on YouTube, the more Carlson's family kind of was worried for her. And so she has 2 sisters and her mother. Well, shortly after got kicked out of Hawaii, her family members brought her to Dr. Phil to try to save her. So I'm going to see if I can stream a little bit of this. I can't do much because Dr. Phil don't play. But just her on Dr. Phil is greatness. It's fucking crazy. Okay. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let me share my screen. Yeah, Dr. Phil. Oh, it's bad when Dr. Phil gets involved. Okay, Care Bear. All right. As you see, I have a million tabs up. All right, I'm sharing this under fair use commentary. So I'm going to just show the Dr. Phil trailers to give kind of a
Daughter Amy
idea.
is a leader of a cult.
Growing up, my sister Amy was very sweet.
She got good grades.
Amy didn't show any signs of acting different.
Amy was married 3 times by the time she was in her early 20s.
Oh, okay, so she was married 3 times. See, something said 2 husbands, something 3.
Amy had 3 children with 3 different dads.
After her 3rd child was born, Amy
She's
became
so
very
very pretty,
distant.
She did neglect her children.
Around 2006, she started acting strangely.
Amy has bounced around from different states.
She started calling herself Mother God, and she believed that she was God.
My sister is running a cult with a bunch of followers in Hawaii.
She has been in charge of a group called Love Has Won.
She believes that she has been sent here to save the world.
No matter what.
So I'm guessing when this came out and they were in Hawaii is really probably what made the biggest stink, where people were like, oh, no, hell no, you got to get up out of here. That would make a lot more sense than how the locals knew what was kind of going on. I got it. It is so hard to find a lot of information about this because it was such like a short-lived cult before she passed away.
Happened to me, I will still stand for love. I commanded all my atoms to come home back in the light.
All of Amy's followers refer to her as Mom or Mama.
Mom is absolutely amazing. She's magical.
I believe that Amy is scamming all of her followers. She has people buy stuff for her and send her gifts.
Your contract is to be conscious. So having the unconscious is saying, I'm failing my contract, mother.
Love is One puts out daily live streams every day. On all the videos, she is screaming, she is cursing, she is demanding people to do what she asks.
My own light workers battle me, serving love and bringing in a new paradigm. You whores.
Amy calls anyone who is a non-believer whores and retards.
Spiritual ego whore, done.
I mean, she literally went from this like soft, kind, like light is love person to fucking evil, vile, and just, oh my God. Yeah. Drugs and power and narcissism, man, they really, really do change you. But could you imagine like not knowing where your family member is and then all of a sudden seeing them pop up on YouTube as a fucking cult leader? Oh my God, I couldn't even.
If you're not connected to me, you're out.
Amy does seem high and drunk in the videos.
Oh yeah.
Amy believes that she can give spiritual
Drugs make people
surgeries,
real,
and she
real
believes that she
angry and
can
irrational.
heal anyone with her hands.
My sister has claimed to talk to famous people as Robin Williams.
I got him, Robin.
She claims that she is Jesus, Marilyn Monroe, Cleopatra, and different people in the past.
You can like tear me down, kill me. I've been killed several times. Kill me!
It does seem like they're following a crazy person. She's not Amy anymore.
How could you imagine as a mother even like seeing your own child like that? Oh gosh, I couldn't. I wouldn't know what to do. I don't know if I'd bring him to Dr. Phil. That's for damn sure. I don't know if that helped at all.
Well, Amy, who calls herself Mother God, is here today for her first ever television interview, and we're going to talk to her in just a bit. But first, joining me is Amy's mom, Linda, her sister, Chelsea, and virtually Amy's other sister, Tara. So welcome to all three of you. I'm glad you're here. Let me start with
her
you,
sisters are
Mom.
so pretty too.
You say
like
this is not the
she
daughter
was
that
so
you raised.
pretty.
Amy is not who I raised.
Were you surprised when she abandoned her three
Oh,
children?
I agree,
Yes,
Tamara.
I was.
I agree.
That was not something you expected her to do.
No, I didn't.
You didn't see any warning signs of
Nope.
it?
None.
Was she close to her children?
No, not really. She wasn't a very maternal
Uh-huh.
mother. We had the children a lot in our family over to our house.
Right. When was the last time you talked to her?
Probably about a year and a half ago. We had a pretty short conversation.
Okay. And Chelsea, do you think that this is just a big con, or do you think she's mentally ill? Do you think she's too far gone to come back to being your sister? What do you think?
I think it's a combination. I believe that she has been brainwashed. And so I think there's
How is she brainwashed when she's the one doing the brainwashing? That's what I don't understand. No, sweeties, your sister's the one that's the cult leader. She's not the follower. She's the leader.
some mental illness there. Sometimes she acts as if she's Amy, and then sometimes she acts like completely different people. So
I do
see
believe
that
the mental illness part.
I do think she's possibly too far gone to get help, though.
Okay. So you believe that she believes some of what she's saying?
Absolutely. But I also believe that she rambles sometimes, and I think she doesn't even know what the truth is anymore.
Okay. But do you think some of this is a conscious con on her part?
Absolutely. Taking people's money and traveling and using it for her good and the cult's good is
So you
awful.
think that part's a conscious scam? She knows
Absolutely.
what she's doing.
Absolutely.
Crazy, right? Ow, shit. Sorry, guys. I just poked myself in the eye. I'm glad I wasn't on video for that. Ow. Oh, I swear I'm like the clumsiest person ever. So yeah, I mean, I could definitely see some mental illness there. But I feel like the family saying that she's brainwashed is kind of not really accurate because she's the one doing the brainwashing. So maybe mental illness. Yeah, I could see that. Sociopath behavior, possibly. I don't know. All right, so this is where it gets a little crazy. And I also have a freaking video of this too, guys. Oh my god. Hang on. Let me pull up the right link. Da, 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 da. So, on April 28th of 2021, Miguel Lamboy had, which remember guys, that was the second father god. He left. He ran out. And they did not want him to leave. They were trying to get him to come back. So they basically kidnapped his child and they were holding his child hostage in the house. So he, of course, contacted the Saguachi County Sheriff's Office. And so they decided to perform a quote unquote wellness check. Oh my goodness, where's it at? Sorry, guys. Basically, what they were, they ran a, because he talked about like the house had drugs, and he also informed them that Amy Carlson was dead. Upon them searching the home, they entered a back room, and all you hear was one of the cops go, I don't know what the fuck this is. And it is Carlson's body wrapped in Christmas lights and glitter where her eye sockets should be. They had, in essence, mummified her body. And let me go ahead and pull up the body cam video. Because, good God. I mean, could you imagine as a cop? Oh my God, I can't. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. Sorry, guys. I know I'm still kind of all over the place. I'll get better as I go. I promise. I'm still kind of new at all this and getting all my info together. I need to figure out like the best way to kind of compile it all, because right now I just do it with a bunch of bookmarks, and then like I have to like remember exactly where I got the info at on that page or this page, and I'll figure it out. I promise. Eventually, guys, I'll get better. So this is the body cam footage. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, how are you doing? Is that Jim? No, Jim's not with me tonight.
Contact
All right. Hey, how many guys are here tonight? How many people are in the house tonight now? One.
5 beings and a child.
Okay.
And my wife.
What we've got is a search warrant to check this house. Okay. I'm here to see mother and I need to check on the child.
Okay, child's sleeping.
Okay. So we will
Mother
do that.
is in rest.
Okay.
She has rested.
Go ahead and go with one of them, please.
Oh, she was with you?
James.
Okay, Jason. Yeah. Okay, I'm right here.
You're good. Do you have anything on you I need
Oh,
to wear?
Father.
Guns, knives, anything like that?
All right, step down here, please. Who else is in the house? Child's the only other one in the house?
It's around for me. You got anything on you that might poke or stick me? Okay, first selection, okay?
Anything in your pockets?
Yeah, I have some later in my wallet.
What's in your front pocket? Huh?
It's out for me.
Okay. So I'm gonna take it out, okay?
Set it right there. Okay, and get you turn around for me. And put your arms up a little higher. There you go. Thank you.
Spread your feet for me, please. Can you come over here, please?
Okay, thank you. Hang on. Step over there for me towards the door.
Turn around. For me.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back for me, please.
Wow, they painted it. That's just, I think, decomp mummification. That's what I'm guessing at this point.
The eyelids and stuff.
The eyelids they painted, yeah.
I didn't even look at it. I was like, oh, is that her?
Yeah. This has been a while.
Yeah.
I like this response. I said, there's something back there. I don't know what the fuck it is, but
I couldn't see the face. I was like,
Oh, good God. Oh, guys. Could you even imagine, guys? Look how blue she was. telling you, that's the colloidal silver. So, that's a good question, Care Bear. There are stories out there where they don't know if it was murdered. Once they did the toxicology, let me pull it up here and I can read everything off to you guys. Okay, so her cause of death is alcohol abuse. Oh my God, these ads. I swear I hate doing anything on the internet anymore. Alcohol abuse, anorexia, and chronic colloidal silver ingestion. She was literally fucking blue. So the El Paso County Coroner's Office in Colorado Springs were the ones that did her autopsy and toxicology. And she was 45 years old and weighed 75 pounds when they discovered her mummified corpse. And then gosh, so originally they had arrested all 7 of the members that were there. Of course, once her cause of death came out, which they marked natural, all the charges were dropped. And then they had also accused them of child abuse. But those charges were also dropped. Yeah, and the autopsy revealed that her corpse had been adorned with makeup and a crown. And they found no evidence at all of metastatic cancer, which was one of the things that Amy claimed was that she had cancer. So, yeah, crazy. They literally mummified their leader. And so her son actually talked out about it. Right? It's so crazy. And yeah, all those people had just dressed her up and came and worshiped her. Yeah, I've actually seen it before because like my mom's ex-husband, he was all into the silver colloidal shit, and I wouldn't do it. Like they would try to get me to take some and stuff, and I was like, no, thank you. I mean, I'm sure it's great for like some things, maybe topically, but I'm like, I'm not ingesting that. Oh no, no, no. So this one broke my heart because this is the only child of hers that I could find that spoke out. His name is Cole Carlson. And he's the oldest. And he said his mom left when he was 10 years old. Like, could you imagine your mom just left you for 10 weeks? Or your mom left you at 10 years old and just, like, never comes back. And then all of a sudden you see that she's, this cult leader or this and that. And then all of a sudden she's dead. And you find out that not only did she die, but they literally mummified her. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But I mean, you could see the difference from the 2016 to 2020, in the 4 years time, she had basically no hair. She had no weight on her. Her skin was freaking just, oh my God. It's just crazy. So yeah, she literally gave herself organ failure. It's like as if the colloidal silver is not enough. You're drinking, and then some reports said that she was also doing opiates, but most things I read said it was just alcohol and marijuana. But a couple of things did say opiates, so I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she did it all at one point. Yeah. But she literally killed herself with her wellness hacks. And think about it. She's live streaming, and you can't, there's no way of knowing how many followers they had on YouTube. So there's no telling how many people were following this. And it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. So, I mean, who knows how many others out there could have gotten sick or potentially passed away because she's telling them, take this, take this, take this. I mean, like, and for me, like, that's with all these types of culty religious things that push these wellness hacks, because people think just because something's natural that it can't hurt you, but too much of anything is not good for you. I know, I do. I feel for her kids. But I mean, I guess in the long run, if her oldest was 10, that means the other two were pretty young too. So maybe they truly were spared not being raised by her. So, yeah, this is the cult I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Yeah, what you guys think? Yeah, I cannot find the channel at all. The only channel I can find is the one of the past members. So I guess they were saying, oh gosh, the person that used to run all the media for them, when they found out that she was mummified, that person went and just wiped everything because they were attached to like the Facebook account and like all the accounts. And I know, right? Like, let's see how to mummify our leader and make her look pretty. The fucking the glitter eyeshadow on the eyelid is what, like, that one is the one that like creeped me out the most. Like, oh god. Fuck it, you better hush or I'm gonna mummify you. And dress you up with Christmas lights. So that is my new goal. When I pass away, I do not want to be buried. I do not want to be cremated. I want to be adorned with sparkly LED lights, a crown, and glitter eyeshadow. Ta-da! Shh, Harley, get off the babies. These damn dogs. I swear. It's like they always know. Mama's talking. So. Okay, baby, hang on 1 second. So, yeah, guys, thank you for coming and watching. And yeah, let me know if you want to keep digging into cults and stuff. I promise I'll get better about having all my stuff right here. Not taking so long to pull stuff up and whatnot, but I'll get there. I promise. I'm still learning. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. If you're catching the replay, let me know in the comments what you think. And I I love you guys. I hope you all have a great night. My zoo's getting started and chaos is coming. But love you guys. Hey, don't go join in any cults, okay? And remember, stay sparkly. Bye, guys. End. I said end.